Hey there, it's Valerie, and in this video I'm going to show you how I make soft eyes for my amigurumi animals. So to make an amigurumi eye, you're going to need the 4.25mm hook, some black worsted weight yarn, some white worsted weight yarn, and a yarn needle. So to get started, you're going to form a magic ring, and you do that by wrapping the yarn around your two fingers like so. So it forms an X on this side, but the strands are parallel on that side. And you're going to reach your hook underneath, grab this second one, pull it through, twist, and then insert it underneath this strand here, and pull it through. So that is what gives you the magic ring. And for the first row, we're just going to single crochet 6 stitches into it. So reach into loop, yarn over, and pull through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. You're going to go ahead and pull it tight. And the next row begins working in the last row, and it's going to be increase 6. So I've got 1. To increase, you simply put 2 stitches in the same, in the one preceding stitch. So each one of these will have 2 stitches. So at the end we'll have a total of 12. And as you're going, if your magic ring ends up opening up in the middle, don't worry about it too much. You can see that there's a hole showing right here. You can just adjust that by pulling tighter on the initial yarn tail, and that will take care of it. So row 3 is going to be single crochet and then increase, and we'll do that 6 times. Single crochet, and increase. So at the end of this row you'll have 18 stitches. Alright, so that's the end of the third row. The last thing you want to do is just slip stitch into that next stitch there, and you're going to cut off probably 8 inches to use in attaching the eye to the head. Go ahead and pull your yarn out and pull the tail through. So this is what you've got for now. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to take your yarn needle and 8 inches of white yarn. You're going to go ahead and thread it on. Like so. And then I don't tie it off. I just let it be single strand. And you're going to work from the back side to the front. And typically what I do is I work in between the second and third row here, and I make one big highlight. So I pull the yarn, leaving 1.5 inches on the back side, and I go over 2 stitches. So over 1, 2, and then I go down here, just like that. And then I'll go over 1 stitch from the back side, pull it to the front, and then just over 1 stitch here. And that's honestly just what I do. So after you've done that, go ahead and take your needle off. I tie my white yarns together in the back. then I just clip it off. So it's fairly basic, and usually I will mirror the highlights in the next eye that I make. So let me give you an example. So for example, if you look at the whale, I did a similar highlight there, and then I just do the exact opposite on the other side so that they're mirror images of each other. And then another thing I will do, you can see that the whale's eyes are kind of protruding, is as I'm stitching the eye on, I will put some stuffing behind there so it gives it that three-dimensional look. So you can see that I did that same thing like on the elephant here and on the otter and the alpaca. I've got all my animals just kind of stuffed over here in this corner. So the animals whose eyes face forward, I put the highlights more toward the middle, like on this snowy owl, versus animals that their eyes are set on the side of their heads. I put the highlights back a little bit farther. So there you have it. That's how I make eyes for pretty much all of my amigurumi. If I have a smaller animal, I might do the stitches like magic ring 5, then increase to 10, then 15, just to make it a little bit smaller, but still following a similar thing. And also the only other change that I do make sometimes is like if I want a highlight to be thicker, I'll go over it one more time with the white yarn. Makes it a little bit bolder, a little bit brighter, so that's something you can keep in mind. And then when I'm feeling like it, I will occasionally, as you can see here, I will occasionally do like little stars in the eyes by just doing a little crisscross. Kind of makes that like that starry catch light. But once again, I mirror what's going on the other side. So that's all there is to making the soft eyes for the amigurumi. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope that they turn out well for your projects.